What's up, guys, and welcome back to Epic Journey Through the Bible. I'm Jakob Serns, and we are looking at Matthew chapter 12, and the question today is, Jesus or church? We're looking at Matthew chapter 12, and specifically we're going to hone in on verse 6. Jesus is in a dialogue with the Pharisees. The Pharisees have come to him and challenged him, saying, your disciples broke the Sabbath day by picking grains of wheat and rubbing them between their fingers and eating them on the Sabbath day. They've broken the Sabbath. And Jesus says to them, no, they haven't broken the Sabbath. He goes on to explain. You can watch yesterday's video to get more details on this. But then he goes on to say something really crazy. He says, there is one here who is greater even than the temple. Them's fighting words for the Jews. Because to the Jews, the most important thing in the entire world was the temple. And the temple was a really awesome building, and it was very important. But why was the temple even there in the first place? You probably guessed it. The temple was there for the worship of God. Right? It's a building, a structure to encourage people to worship God, to fall in love with Him, to know Him, and to obey Him, right? To fall into a loving relationship with Him. So then, when Jesus came, Jesus is God. So He's there, standing there, right in front of the Pharisees, talking to them, having a conversation with them, and He says, one is here who is greater even than the temple, trying to explain to them that, look, the temple is a building to help you worship God, but God is standing right in front of you right now. So why are you looking to this building as if it's greater than everything else? So the Pharisees would have freaked out for sure when they heard this. Any Jew would have totally freaked out when they hear Jesus say that He is actually greater than the temple. What He's really saying is this: what's most important to you? And I don't want to step on too many toes, but I will ask you this same question. What's more important to you? Your church or Jesus? And you're gonna argue with me and say, well, Jakob, I worship Jesus at my church. My church is a church that worships Jesus. My church is a church that is Christian. It's a real Christian church, Bible-believing church. That's great, that's wonderful, that's awesome. But if it really came down to it, and you really had to choose between your church and Jesus, which one would you choose? Would you choose your friends at church? Would you choose your pastor at church? Would you choose the teachers at your church? Would you choose your family that might be going to that same church? Would you choose the church itself, or if the choice came down to it, would you choose Jesus instead and give all that up? Would you abandon going to your church if you found out that your church wasn't really following what Jesus had commanded? Would you abandon going to your church and find some other church? Because again, Jesus didn't say church is bad, but He did say that a lot of churches are bad. So we've got to be careful when we're looking for the right church. We got to find a church that obeys all 10 of God's commandments. The same commandments that Jesus again and again illustrates are important because they're all built on the foundation of love for God and love for others. So guys, if it came down to it, I know it might be a tough choice, but would you choose Jesus or your church? Thank you so much for watching this, guys. I hope we all would choose Jesus. Thank you for spending some time with me this morning watching this video. New videos are coming out every single day at 7 o'clock Eastern time in the morning. So make sure you subscribe, push the bell notification so you'll always get those updates on those videos, and you can watch another cool video right here. God bless you guys. Have an amazing day. Click that thumbs up button if you like this video.